All right, good morning traders and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. All right, and let's jump in, let's get started. All right, so we'll go through the live order flow using Bookmap and understanding the auction between the buyers and sellers. It is an auction. We want to understand the participants' behavior in that auction. It is done via orders. That's why we want to understand the order flow, and that is the edge that you can get by reading the order flow. All right, so a general disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. The risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so just a bit of news here. We have our onboarding webinar every Tuesday at 2 p.m. East Coast time. I'm going to put the link into the chat here for you. So if you want to attend that, you can register there. It's a Zoom call, yeah, what we'll cover is we'll go through logging into bookmap.com, downloading Bookmap, installing it, getting up and running with it, and purchasing data along with your subscription, and then look at some of the market symbols, add the symbols, and get up and running. Okay, so we'll take you through the whole process, and that is our goal. All right, so let's jump in. Let's take a look at these markets. It is Monday, and we have a pretty big week ahead of us. Today's the last day of the month for March, and then April begins, and so we're going to see some volatility, I imagine, back and forth today due to the end of the month. And we're back on the regular schedule now. European time is daylight savings time is in sync with US as well. All right, so we have non-farm later in the week. Friday we have other data coming out, important data points. So we have the manufacturing PMI tomorrow. We have the services PMI on Wednesday, or I'm sorry, it looks like Thursday. We have our ADP and employment change on Wednesday, and then Friday we have the big event with the non-farm. All right, so keep that in mind. And looking at the bigger picture here in Bookmap, this version of Bookmap here allows me to zoom out. As you can see here, I'm looking back and drew a trend line here from October, around October 25th or 6th, and we have broken this trend on the higher time frame. Now, this obviously happened, some weeks ago. We can zoom in here, and you can see each kind of break in here between the data is a week. All right, so that's what we're able to show in here with this version of Bookmap, and you will have access to it soon. I don't know exactly when, but we are working on it. It's a big project, and this is very much alpha version of Bookmap here that we're looking at. All right, so you can see back on very beginning of March, we broke that trend line, retested it here, and then early March broke it again and continued to the downside. Okay, so we can see the pullback here as well. Again, we're going to note this here on these time frames. Okay, if I input array, and we can kind of look at this area in here. And I draw a ray across this way as well. This was the kind of channel in here. In fact, let's draw the channel. Can right here, and just go like this. Down shift, edit it. For those of you using this new channel tool and have requested to have um, the rectangle tool go all the way to the extent either left or right, you can do that now with this channel tool. It's basically exactly the same thing, so you can extend it right. All you have to do is check the box and close it. Okay, so you can see all of this area in here we have moved away from. We've come back, we've retested it, is rejected, and we continue to move lower. Right, so this is something I wanted to focus on today, was market structure, and talk more about the order flow and the market structure with higher time frame. It is essential to understand market structure, the market structure and the order flow within it, and then we can zoom into the smaller time frames and then look for what moves might unfold. Okay, so that's really important. It's not to be underestimated. Okay, so it's just so important. We can look at on all time frames, in fact. So for example, this little setup in here, that you can see this broken trend line and this broken horizontal line right here, this pattern right in here and this retest back to it, we'll see on multiple time frames. Okay, it's totally fractal. You'll see it all the time. Okay, like right here, we kind of broke it here, kind of retested back up. Actually, it looks like the break is here more at the cash open. Retested it here, continued on down, and then you can see it here again, right here, right? If we just bring up the rectangle tool, here is a structure. Here's the break and retest of that structure and continued on down. Now this one is interesting here. Here's a reversal. Okay, so we broke the structure, retested it. We made a higher low here and equal high, and then we see the buyers come in, and the buyers now have lifted it away, and we've gone up and retested above the cash open now. Okay, this is the second swing we've come up here. All right, so interesting move. Anyone that is positioned in here is going to be getting annihilated if they're short. Okay, and everything looks kind of doomsday-ish. So we have to be very careful in these market environments because we opened up lower. Here, let's just take a look at the candlestick chart. Okay, on the 15-minute, the hour, and the daily over here, we opened up lower here. You can see the big gap here on the hourly, and also here on the 15-minute here, this gap. And we went lower, and now we're back up again here, and the squeeze can be on. We can come all the way back up to 58.12 or 13 and still be very bearish here. It will just be filling the gap and then having it roll over again. All right, so structurally, what's important right now is, are we going to continue higher? Right, so are we going to fill more of this gap? If so, then this would be something I would be looking at here. Let's just bring up the pen tool, it's easier. Right here would be a test. We'd be looking for buyers to test back up into that area here, and it looks like it's roughly a little more than half the gap. But here's the bottom of the range, and here's the full gap up here. So these are areas, if we see these buyers continue, then I would look for kind of move back up into these areas here for a retest. Okay, we need to see how much buying pressure is behind all of this, though. Okay, so what is this? This level is at, let's see, this is at the figure 5,600. This one is at 56.17 or 18, and then the gap fill looks like it would be around 56.25 or so. All right. Right. So now that's on the upside, and then on the downside, though, well, we'd be looking at. Let's just zoom into the 15-minute chart a little bit closer here. Get just 1 day back. Yikes! No, let's look at more than that. Okay. All right. So yeah, we can look at coming back down and retesting the lows here basically. So somewhere around this 55.40, and then on down to the swing low around 34. Okay. So we're kind of at the top of the range in here, and we need to see the follow through right now. So at this point, let's dive into Bookmap and take a look at the order flow. Any questions so far on the structure? You can see I have VWAP here on the 15-minute chart as well. We've ducked below it. Now we're back up above it. Okay, if you're a VWAP trader, I know Trading is Life is a big VWAP trader. So if he is in here, maybe look for maybe a bounce off of that VWAP in here. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Shark, Rob, Dan, Alois, and Steven. And over on YouTube, let's see. Any questions? No. Okay. All right. We're good to go. Okay, well, let's take a look here. So this is the swing here of interest, and actually at this point here I think we can dive into the TraderMap Pro version of Bookmap. Now it's a synthetic instrument we put together. So you can see this trading bot in here. See this activity, this algo on the offer and on the bid. That is kind of a halo around price. This is a larger player that's been in here for now many months. Good morning, Luis. And we want to filter that data out because it really screws up our heat map. So we developed something that can do that, and it does a beautiful job here with TraderMap Pro or TraderMap Lite, which is free. Okay, if you are interested in TraderMap Lite, just click on the configure add-ons here, and you'll see it. It's already, you should see it added in here. If you don't, you can come down to your add-on, manage add-ons here, and you should see it in the list here. Okay, you can scroll down to the bottom, available for install. All right, but anyway, you should be able to see it here. You can see I have it right here. I'm not using it right now because I'm using the TraderMap Pro version, which has, let me just show you, it has a slider in here that you can get more kind of granular with your detail in your filtered heat map, and it filters out that algo. All right, now the TraderMap Lite does an excellent job. It has 3 settings though: normal, light, and heavy, or something like that here. Standard, high sensitivity, low sensitivity. Okay, and that one's free, like I said, so go ahead and use that one. The TraderMap Pro version will come with the MBO bundle. So if you do have the MBO bundle, then use the TraderMap Pro. All right. All right. Oh, Shark, I can't not help but see. I got to make a video on it. The 1, 2, 3 pattern, and well, it's like a head and shoulders basically. I always find it that way. But here we have high liquidity getting filled on the offer. Here are the buyers. The buyers met the sellers here. Now we want to understand what's going on. Okay. After that, now this trend line has broken, and now we're looking to see if we get more sellers, and we're not. Okay? I see actually more buyers in here right now, and then I do sellers. Okay, so this is not what I'm looking for. Now that doesn't mean that this is going up or down or whatever. Actually, I would like to see some exhaustion here and some selling, which is coming in right now. In fact, we can even look for maybe even a pullback here. In fact, let's just go for it. And I will take a position in here, but I'm only doing this to demonstrate this same pattern here we saw on the higher time frame, right? We're looking for a retest back to this structural area here. Okay, and then we'll go short, and then we're looking for follow through to the downside. Okay, now we missed it, right? This was as much as a pullback as we got right here so far. Okay, so the selling came in. This is the sideways consolidation. did not retest back up here, and the sellers came back in again. All right, so anyway, so we can cancel that now, and we didn't get it. All right. And that's the that's trading. That's one of the issues. If we're going to be using our limit orders and we're looking for the move back to that structural area and we don't get it, well, we missed it. Okay, and we'll just look for the next one. Okay? And it will present. It presents all the time. All right. Morning. There's Trading is Life. Yep. Yeah, a little under the weather still, but anyway, dealing with it. And you might hear a cough here and there. Good morning, Raining Days. And Malek. All right, anyway, we'll continue on with our discussion here with the structure. Here's that structure again. Okay, so it's kind of doing it in a different way here. Now it's come up back up and retested a couple times here already. Okay, but it would be this structure here and kind of this one here as well. You've seen it's retested up here a couple times, and that's it. Right? We haven't seen it go higher. So let's see if we can get maybe another pullback to this area here around 68.5. And we're missing that as well. Okay, and that's okay. We're trading into high liquidity here at 65 and 63-ish area here. So I would anticipate a bounce probably after trading into the high liquidity. For any of you who are over on our Discord channel and interested in coming to the onboarding, let me put this into the chat. 2 p.m. East Coast time. Okay, there you go. Oh, Dan just beat me to it. Dan, you're too quick. You just beat me to it. Yeah, I see. Anyway, okay. Let's actually. You know what? Trading is Life. This is something I've been wanting to cover as well in terms of market structure, since I know a lot of people look at their VWAP. Okay. Well, we can look at anchored VWAP and put structure around the market as well, not just patterns and volume profile, and there's many different ways to do it, and what you're looking at, and whatever it is, like just it works for you is really the key. It is your way of trading. Now we look at the order flow around those levels of your interest, right? So let's put our VWAP onto the chart here. We can use the anchored VWAP as well. Do I have it? Okay. There we go. So, okay, Trading is Life. You're looking, do you have it? You have it right around here, 50, 55, 60, something like that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's lining up with, see where it broke out from here and through that liquidity, retested here. Just tested into high liquidity here as well. So it's not bad. It's not a bad area. I don't see too much liquidity around it. I do see some a little bit lower here at 60. That's about it. We can put some an anchored VWAP on the swing up here. Let's see what kind of pullbacks we get. Okay, so yeah, you can see that's already been tested a few times, and market was a little bit stronger. So, you know, this is how we can kind of gauge as well, like, is this are traders reacting to this anchor up here? Okay. It's hard, a little bit hard for me to determine, but anyway, usually when it kind of breaks like this, you know, there's something more going on. In my opinion, in my studies, it's more like the swing is more important than the anchored VWAP. Okay, but it does, again, it's like it does show structure. So all right, so let's see if we get a move into this anchored VWAP here. I mean regular VWAP, and just about to hit it. That's probably your target. I think trading is life. Yep. Yep. Where were you short from? 6750 is the day VWAP. Okay. So yeah, you can see my VWAP is based off of, okay, yeah, that kind of sucks. It usually kind of smooths out with all the volume that comes at the cash open, but this does not, it only includes data here. It's calculating the VWAP from 10 o'clock last night, looks like. I'm sorry, what am I talking about here? 8 o'clock. Okay, so yeah, I was yeah, like I said, a little under the weather today. So 8:15 or so, 8:13, something like that. It's been calculating the VWAP in here. Okay, so it's a little different. Alois is pointing out that it's up here actually. So it's actually below it. Yeah, in the VWAP for the day. Anyway, it's still a critical level. Now let's take a look at this level in here. Like, how good of a level is this? It's not bad for this time frame here. Okay, now, you know, we're really interested in the bigger, more important levels. But with this webinar, you know, we're going to go with what we have in here. And yeah, we are looking for some sort of reaction like this, and buyers coming in. Okay, so maybe back up to the swing here, or just in front of it here around 66.5. Okay, but I see the buyers coming in. Now let's see if we can get a little bit of a continuation move here, and then hit some of this high liquidity, maybe at 68 or 70 here. Okay. And nothing. Sellers bringing it right back down and hitting that VWAP again, or the VWAP I have at least. Okay, so high liquidity here at 60, starting to transacted here as well, and getting more sellers in here. So so we're going to look for if buyers are going to come in, then I'd like to see them pull it away from this area here, okay, and then start to trade up into this area up here. And if we do, we can get a move back up into maybe 60 or 70. All right, so here they come. Now let's take a shot at it here, and not looking for much here. Maybe in fact just top of the range here, and this is just a quick scalp, but we're looking for that pulling away from that area, and then yeah, let's just do it. We'll take our profit up here if we can get up there again, and not looking for much, you know, just that we traded high liquidity. We see the buyers come in, and then looking for a retest back up here. Now we're already stopped out. Okay, so didn't work, but that is the setup. And here come buyers again. and our stop was just at the swing down here. Okay, buyers again. Okay, kind of an equal low here. We're still trending down, but we're looking for the buyers to pull it away here after trading into high liquidity. One of the things that we look for on this here, if this is going to pan out, is the relative buy volume has to be pretty big. Okay, as we've talked about this many times, and we're looking for down here or in here, the big dots to move that market, to move it higher. If we don't get it, then likely we're just going to chop, or the sellers will come in and move it back down lower. Okay, so we're not seeing it right now. Okay, we were looking for it in here for just a small move or scalp up to the top of the range. Okay, so here we go now. Okay, so relative volume, how does it look? It's not bad. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's going to break here. No, cannot do it. Okay, but see how the this little barrage of buying in here now, it might be a trap that, you know, the sellers might come in and really move it now lower. We did not break this structure up here. And it's just a little too choppy right now. Okay, so we're looking for at this structure in here. We're looking to see if we can get a break one way or the other here. Note our cumulative volume delta. I'm sorry, cumulative volume delta. So the this CVP means chart range volume profile. Okay, and note what we're looking at. Here comes our. This is the move we were actually looking for. It's playing out pretty nicely now. But we've talked about this. We've talked about this in the past. And others have also shown their content talking about this column here. It's the same as this column over here. It's exactly the same column. It's the volume profile for this chart range in here. Okay, the difference here though is this is all of the volume in here. There's buying and selling in here in this one. Okay, now this one over here, if I right click in the column and I configure it, you'll see I have this box checked here, delta. So it's buy minus sell. So you can see all the selling in here. That's where the squeeze is going to happen if we can get back up above it. Okay, and now we can turn on the stops and icebergs and verify this. Okay, because it looks pretty good to me that we're going to see a lot of stops on the way up here. All right, so let's jump back to our regular ES, and we'll put on the stops and icebergs. Okay, and then we can jump back into our Trader Map Pro version. Okay, so there's our stop run there, 194. Not bad. Okay, up to high liquidity here. This is actually funny. This is where we had that originally. No, we put it up a little higher actually. We're looking for that pullback. Did not get it. Okay, let's see if these buyers can continue to squeeze here. Gonna get our answer right now. It looks good to me. I see more buyers up here, so I would look for them to come up to 78 now. And we have a swing up here at 76, so maybe that's a better target there. Okay, and 76 just achieved. Okay, so yeah, probably a little bit of profit taking now. Boy, it's a lot easier to call the market this way than it is to set orders, that's for sure. And that's exactly why we do it and set orders in here, is to show the management and exits, entries, execution, and then the shifts and the change. Anyway, I hope I can continue doing that. Like we may like have to revisit that one. We are in demo paper trading mode, and it should be okay. But you know, this is not a trade calling room. Okay, beautiful squeeze to the upside here. Just around our 1030 time frame as well. Okay, back up into even above the high liquidity up in here. All right, let's just take a look back. This is almost, you know, just exponential move here. And I am anticipating a pullback at this point. Okay, so we do see some exhaustion up in here. Let me know if you have any questions on this about exhaustion and what I mean, or absorption, meaning this high liquidity here on the offer is getting filled. Okay, you can see it clearly. You see the green dots into those areas. Some of it was pulled in some of these areas, but most of that traded in here. And we traded some up into here. And then this is what I mean by exhaustion. Now, technically, there's still a little bit of buying here, but look at it compared to over here. Okay, so here we have some absorption and then some exhaustion and sellers. Look for this again and again and again. Okay, because we're looking for the sellers to start to come in and drive it back into either kind of mean reversion or range or another swing, etc. Okay, now we don't always get it. Like sometimes we come back down and get no selling, no follow through, and come back up and then break out. But this one looks pretty good. It's not a bad example. Okay, this can be a great way to exit. Consider exiting some of your positions as well. Way to go, trading is life. So did you get in and then reverse? Or you took your profits down here on the way down, and then did you reverse and go back on the way back up? Wow, nice. Nicely done. Got you. Okay. Belong around 60. Oh, beautiful move. Nice. Nicely done. Trading is life. SPY testing at 55, 552 monthly value area. Okay, minus. Yeah, let's see now. See how we dropped from here. Now again, market structure, right? And we're going to use diagonal and horizontal lines in here. And our diagonal is just being broken here. And you know, you can see the selling that is coming right back in. Okay, so this is where the supply came in, the aggressors on the supply side, and hit the bid hard. And we can see it in the size of the dots. You know, to see this kind of back and forth in here is not uncommon. Looking for, especially when we see the buyers picking up like this in here, the size of these dots, they kind of, we've tested this area and now we're kind of bouncing around in it right now. So we don't really have any kind of clarity here at the moment. There's some exhaustion again. Let's see if the sellers can take it down. I hate getting in down at the bottom of the range like this though, but it looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, so retest up here. I see selling. This is where the sellers came in. I don't see a lot of buyers. I don't see a lot of buyers yet again here. So kind of missed the. I would have loved to have gotten in right around where price is right now. And no, we're getting buyers here. Get stopped out. Okay, high liquidity up in here, 85, 87, 90. So let's take a look back at our higher time frame in here. Okay, so we went through a bunch of different scenarios on the higher time frame in here, and we don't really see any kind of clarity yet. We see price inching back up higher, back into the gap here. but no real follow through yet. And we might get it. We might get it. We'll take a look here. Now, this to me looked very weak in here, hence the position. Candlestick pattern wise in here on the 15-minute, this isn't bad. I mean, kind of engulfing here. So that was at 10 a.m. And then we did just break the highs right now. So at this kind of 58.80. Well, if we see a bunch of buyers coming right back in, then we'd look for that follow through. I'm going to get rid of my VWAP here, anchored VWAP that is. This one is broken. We'd actually be looking for an anchored VWAP maybe off of this area here. Okay, here's some exhaustion. Buyers starting to come in. See if we can, it's interesting, we can get our buyers come back in and try to take it back up to the highs here. All this high liquidity up here above. It is quite choppy in here in all of this though. You know, buyers and sellers between this kind of these swings in here. Okay, high liquidity coming in at 77 here. Let's see if buyers take them on. And they do not. Right back again though. It looks like they're going to take them on here. So 225 contracts there. Let's see if the buyers take them through that liquidity there. Some back and forth in there. There they go. Okay, so the buyers did take them on and trading through. So let's see if we can get another move back up into the highs here, 82. But as we noticed, the liquidity up here, 85, 87, and 90. Okay. Not much liquidity up here at the big figure, 5,600. So let's go back now. So we're kind of looking at this structure in here, and how, we gap lower. We saw the buyers come back in. We saw this back and forth in here. And then because of we broke the high on the candle here, and then if we're going to get our buyers to come back in again, we'd look for them to, fill more of the gap in here, at least like half of it or so, which would be really good around, actually right around the figure here, right around 5,600. Okay, but I'm going to place my target here at just in front of the high liquidity here at 90. Not sure what your question is, like C4, how can I get my bookmap to look like that? This is like pretty much the default version of bookmap, except that I am using the Trader Map Pro, or you can use the Trader Map Lite, and make it look like this as well. Okay, so you can also right click on the heat map, and then check or select heat map settings here. And actually, yeah, you can see like here, this is the default here. All right. So I've basically made it a lot starker by using the lower and upper cutoffs here. Okay, so you can see like all I did was basically this. So try that, and that should help you. The weird bracketed order, yeah. So that's the Trader Map Lite or Trader Map Pro. Try it and see what you get. Okay, so here's your regular ES here, and if we zoom in, you get that order bracketed like you said in here. Okay, so go to your configure add-ons in here, and again, this one is free, so you can just check the box here for Trader Map Lite, and then we'll use the standard filter here. Okay, so you have 3 different choices in here: high sensitivity, low sensitivity, and standard. And then here it is right here. Now, if you don't see it in here, in your configure add-ons, go down to the very bottom and then go to manage add-ons, and you will see it in here someplace. Maybe it's available for install, or maybe you already installed it and it's in here. Okay. And then once this starts to populate, we can take a look at it here. It's still downloading data. What will it indicate on Bookmap for you to go long or short at that liquidity? It's the context, Linus. It's all about context. So C4, here you go. This is what it looks like for the standard version. Okay, and then again, you can also play with the heat map settings here. Okay, yours, if you're using the default setting, it probably looks something like this. Okay, and here we'll put in 1 hour, or let's say 30 minutes of data here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let's see. Okay, so well, this is a great question, Linus. What are you looking for in understanding, determining long or short? It is about understanding this auction, and the buyers and sellers at these levels. So for example, up in here, we know that there's a lot of liquidity. These are a lot of sellers. This is supply up in here in the ES between this 85 to 90 level up in here. Okay, so that much we know. And now what we want to understand is these are the limit sell orders. Okay, this is the supply and passive supply. Now we want to look at the aggressors as well. Okay, the market buy and sell orders. So the passive demand on the bid here is this liquidity here at 55.70 and lower 60, etc. Okay, so that's in the heat map here. Okay, and the heat map settings are up here. You can dim them if you want, make them brighter. Okay, so let's see here. So again, the context up into here. So now we were looking for testing up into this liquidity, and originally my target was here, and then I moved it, thinking like, well, I think we got enough demand to trade back up into this liquidity. Well, here's our context. We haven't, not yet, at least. The buyers may take another attack at it and trade back up into here, and then up into, and maybe even through our target. Okay, but right now you can see it's really back and forth in here. Okay, and that is our context right now. Okay, now bigger picture, we were looking at this in here on the 15-minute chart of like, well, we still see that we made a higher high here. Okay, and you can see it's kind of struggling, but it did it. And we look for buyers maybe again to come back in and trade it higher, and then fill this gap a little bit more in here. Cal, let's see, what's the difference between Trader Map Lite and Pro? Okay, so it's really just those settings, Cal. With the Trader Map Lite, you only have 3 settings. With the Trader Map Pro, you have a slider there, so you can kind of get into the nuances. That's it. Okay, buyers still coming back up. So this is kind of the support level here. Now, this would be support. It's not necessarily demand, though. There is some demand here at 70. There's a distinction between the two. Right now up here, this would be resistance, and there also is supply. No question. Okay, so the supply is the heat map in here, okay, or the demand down below price. Okay, support and resistance are just swings. It's just made from the price action. Okay, that's why the heat map is so helpful for us. And this answers the question earlier from C4 about understanding your levels. And see how the buyers, sellers came in, took it down, and now buyers are coming back, and we're going to read the context in here. Right now I'm looking for buyers up here, and I'm not really seeing too many right now. Okay, I need to see the aggressors here attracted to this liquidity. Okay, and see how we can zoom in here. We can see that well, I'm not getting the buyers in here. Okay, I need to get the buyers right up in here, and then I need to see them trade at this higher level and then break it. Okay, and right now it just seems kind of choppy. Stephen, you're spot on. Like, yeah, come on over to join the Bookmap community in our Discord channel. You're going to get a lot more. That's for sure. We've got a lot of great traders over here. They're going to go through, their trades. They'll post them. There's the Bookmap Academy if you want to partake in that. It's free and open to all. Okay, so the only thing that is required for you from the Discord server is you will have to um, register on bookmap.com. That's all. Okay, you don't need to have any sort of subscription. You can have the free version of Bookmap, so there's no cost to it at all. So still chopping around. Actually seeing some buying up in here, but they're not able to get much traction. As you can see, again, this is context. Like if the buyers are, if we see the green dots in here, okay, but they can't move price higher, that's not a good sign. Okay, we need to see them move the price. Okay, now here's their opportunity here. Okay, and there's quite a bit of buying there. We have our stops and icebergs on, so I don't see an iceberg. So then I would look for buyers to hit this liquidity here at 85. In fact, here we'll even front run it here, and we'll place our target there. You can see others are front running here as well. See the heat map starting to light up a little bit. It's just kind of bluish in here, but you can see it was darker here. But now there's more traders lined up that want to sell here. And now what's the context? Do we find that buyers are attracted to that liquidity or repelled by it? Okay, right now we see they're kind of repelled by it. And let's see if the aggressors find that this is a good deal for them to purchase and then try to dump it off up in here, okay, to the sellers up here. And there we go. Okay, so our target reached on that one. Yeah, let's see. I'm still looking forward to trade into 85 here, and maybe through it on up to 90. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. More bells and whistles on that Trader Map Pro version. Well, the Trader Map Pro version is it. Like I said, it has a slider in there compared to. Let's just take a quick look here. Okay, so here's the Trader Map Lite version here. Okay, and if we look at Trader Map Lite, you get these three filters here. Okay, so you have standard, high sensitivity, low sensitivity, and that's it. But they're great. I mean, they work great. It's up to you. Now, the Trader Map Pro version is essentially the same thing, except here's the difference. I have a slider here with multiple settings in sensitivity here. Okay, it's not just one. Yeah, so that's the difference. Oh, that's right. I should say, like, Stephen, you're spot on. I keep on answering this question between Trader Map Pro versus Trader Map Lite. Trader Map Pro has multiple. Who will create another filter in here? We'll add a filter here for the ES. I mean, there's this bot remover is the one that we're talking about here, but there are multiple in here. Our average size of orders, we can filter for the average size of the orders, the ones that were canceled, the distribution of the order size. There's multiple things in here. It's not just one algo here with the bot remover. There are many in here. As you can see, the size percentage, size filter, size, the duration, the order change here, and that's just these filters. And there's data transformation as well in here. So this is what you're getting with the TraderMap Pro version. Okay, so it comes with a lot more. Yeah, sorry about that, Stephen. You're spot on. Okay, so our original target up here in front of that 90 has not been tested yet, but looks pretty good. Let's go back to our candle. So you can see how it's kind of struggling up here. It keeps on making these higher highs on the 15-minute, but then and then it pulls back into the range. Guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up and call it call it a day. I'm not I'm not feeling too well, so I'm gonna have to you know, take a break here, but I'll meet up with you guys tomorrow, same time at 10 a.m. East Coast time, and I'm sure I'll feel better. I think I had a shot yesterday, which has been kind of plaguing me a little bit today. Anyway, thanks Rob, thanks Malek, Stephen. Guys, continue on, like you know, looking at your structures in here, and then looking at you know, who's in control in some of these moves and where price might go based on this context between the liquidity heat map and the aggressors. So it's all about the supply and the demand always, and we're looking for an edge in it. Okay. For those of you over on YouTube, let me see if there's any more questions. Sure about Bookmap will be needing market data. Honestly, don't understand how to buy it or if I need it. It's up to you, C4. Like I said, you know, here, let me take off. I'll show you what I mean here. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Take stops and icebergs off here. I'm gonna go back to the ES here. Okay, and here, let's close this up, and then we'll delete our lines in here. So let me show you. So understanding this context and this liquidity in here is pretty insightful. You know, this is where there are sellers. Now, if you don't have that, this is what it looks like. How do you know? How do you know where, if this, all of this buying was absorbed or not? You don't know. Okay, so, and if it was, and you start to see sellers come in, like, you can position yourself looking for a potential reversal. Okay, but again, it's if you see those sellers and some exhaustion and more selling. Right now, we're not seeing that. We're seeing more buyers still. So they are interested in that liquidity. Okay, so, and this is what it looks like. Even if you're looking at a footprint chart, it's very similar to this. You see the market structure created by best bid and offer, and then you have the volume transacting in that market structure. Okay, if you don't have it, this is what it looks like. Okay. You have open, high, low, and close of a bar, and that's it with a wick. You don't know where the volume is transacting in this area, and you have no clue who they're transacting with. Okay, so it's up to you, whatever floats your boat. But the insight that you can get by understanding that context is golden, right? So give it a try. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. Okay, but you'll be able to kind of confirm, like we did earlier, with maybe this. Well, the VWAP wasn't so great, was it? Like there was some stuff there on that VWAP trade. It just there was some liquidity in here. It wasn't a whole lot. Okay, but it seemed to work out well. It was basically, I think, the swing compared to some of the liquidity here getting filled and some getting filled in here. Okay, and you can see now, you can look at that and can kind of look at this whole move. And this is the actual move we're looking for, okay, up into this 90 liquidity here. Okay, now I am anticipating a pullback at this point. Okay, that's a tradable event too. Okay, you can even look for that. And take it on down to, you can scalp it. Well, it's a little late now, but I would have scalped it down to this level right here. Okay, maybe it can come down to here as well. Maybe it'll even come down to this liquidity down here. This would be your target then, 80, right? Anyway, play around with it, see if you can get it on anything from it, but you can clearly see the high liquidity transacting here and then a pullback after. Okay, thanks, Caveman. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch up with you tomorrow and take it from there. Okay, and then we'll have the onboarding meeting tomorrow afternoon as well. All right, thanks for coming, everyone. Yep, take care. Bye-bye.